Hello, I'm Connie Swinney with ThePicayuneTV.com. A fundraising group wants to breathe new life into an old jail in Llano. The Red Top Jail was built in 1895, and within those walls, we found stories about ghosts and even a spot for a hangman's noose. We took a tour with a jailer who worked there and volunteers trying to preserve a symbol of old-style justice.
And when I had a meal for them or I needed something from them, they would come down and open this up. I'd hand the meals through to them, and the trustee would usually take them upstairs.
Going upstairs in the old Red Top Jail was bad news for criminals in Llano. Janie Prew worked here in the late 1970s. Due to structural problems, the jail closed for good in 1982.
Jail cell is in worse shape than the other.
And you see, it was never completed to where that there were actually cells through here. Then there were no rights at all. They didn't have TV, they didn't have heat, they didn't have air conditioning, they didn't have visitation, which you all have to give them in now because of the laws that are in place.
Jailers and their families lived on the first floor. The second and third floor housed prisoners. A trek up to the highest level of the jail conjured stories about ghosts and the gallows.
They see ghosts. There's a little girl that was crying in there.
A device for a hangman's noose reveals a hint of even a harsher past.
The jail was built with a gallows, and not all of the jails around had gallows. There was a lot of lawlessness. The hoodoo wars came and went, and there were just people that were just seizing cattle, and because it was free range at the time. So this jail was built as a symbol to people that you can't break the law in Llano anymore.
Work is underway to stabilize and transform the old jail into a museum.
We have a master plan, an architectural master plan that lists 9 different phases of restoration of this building. So we know what we need to do, we know what order we need to do it in, and now we just write grants and do a lot of fundraising events and so on to try to do that in phases.
For those who haunted the halls, the project will close a lawless chapter in the history of criminal justice in Texas.
I'm glad it's over, yes. It was a very draining job. You were always having to do something for the inmates. You couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go on vacation. So you were stuck here. So you were like in jail yourself.
Reporting for ThePicayuneTV.com, I'm Connie Swinney.